attention, the Flint Zoning Board of Appeals, the meeting of August 7, 2018, will now come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Wood?
Present.
Mr. DeSono? Absent. Mrs. Curley?
Present.
Mr. Cole?
Present.
Mrs. Callen?
Present, we have a quorum.
Mr. Figueroa?
Present.
Yes.
Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
One more.
Accept
I
the
got them all.
You got them all?
Yes. Okay. Got it.
minutes of the previous meeting. Acceptance.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. The first case tonight was the 64 Bickford Street. The petitions. Okay.
You want me to read it, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Read the advertisement.
64 Bickford Street, parcel number 099148004, petitioner Nancy O. King by her agent Mark Blanchard. Case number 9835, to allow an unattached accessory structure, shed, to be located in the side yard nearer than 3 feet from the property line upon an undersized lot in zoning district R1.
Thank you. Right, the hearing is now open for those in favor. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, good evening. For the record, my name is Mark Blanchard, 25 Bickford Street, Lynn, Mass.
Okay,
I'll be
I'm Nancy.
speaking for Nancy.
Nancy King,
okay.
and I own the property.
Yeah, okay. Okay, please tell the board what you want to do.
Yep. We're seeking a consideration of variance to allow an existing shed to remain.
Say that again.
Yep, we have a shed,
Yep.
an existing shed, and we're seeking approval for a variance to allow it to remain.
Remain
To
there.
remain where it is. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, just a point of order. We need a fifth person to sit on this case. Can you pick one of those two gentlemen?
Well, right here. This,
Okay.
yeah,
Floor is on.
yeah, she already knows it. Yeah.
May I ask a question?
Yes, right.
Why don't you put it in the backyard?
Yep, that's a good question. Approximately a year and 3/4 ago, I contacted the city regarding what it would take to do a garage. The city, they advised that it's an undersized lot, you cannot do a garage. They suggested a shed. I had a conversation as to what it takes to do a shed, permitting, setbacks, etc. As far as, there must have been some confusion in an attempt to do it the right way. Again, I contacted the city, and the placement of the shed is where it was my understanding at the time it couldn't be placed. The reason
Who
is,
gave you that understanding, Mr. Lynch?
I don't recall the person's name, and there's some confusion. It could have been on my part, it could have been, in any event. The shed, to my best recollection, it was okay to put the shed where it is. With that being said, that's the most reasonable place for the shed at the driveway. This being New England, you need a snow blower, and not to mention lawnmower. We did a small shed, low profile, just to accommodate snow blower and lawnmower.
Yeah.
The shed, we spent a little extra money to try to side it to match the house, as well as shingle the roof to match the house, as well as set it back at the way back of the driveway so that it's not next to the neighbor's house. It's actually set back and adjacent to.
Well, we've all been there. We all have to look at everything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, what is your hardship? You have to prove a hardship.
yeah. Well, it's kind of twofold. Financially, if you look at the photos, I did the whole yard over, the whole entire property front and back. And when looking at the backyard, in this particular photo, if you look at the far left corner, that is the property line where the photo ends.
Which photo, can I see it?
Yes, sorry.
I'm just trying to know which one.
Yep, so the shed would have to go in that corner, really. I have to,
Mary, do we have a, oh yeah, we do have one. From the certified plot, they have that.
we would have to remove the tree.
Oh, excuse me, if you want to have a meeting outside, they have the floor. Please give them that respect.
We would have to remove the tree, as well as a number of plantings. We would have to reshape and reconfigure the existing beds that we did, and we'd also have to reconfigure the irrigation to accommodate the shed to be in that location.
Put it back there.
Financially, I provided an estimate, it'd be approximately $1,200 to move the shed. The shed's integrity would be compromised in the jostling of the movement of the shed. So that would actually not be the best thing we were told for the shed.
Well, I don't understand why you have to move a tree and shrubs. I don't
No,
understand.
that's not the photo, ma'am. This photo here would be in the back of the lot.
This one.
Yes, the back left is the tree. There's a pine tree there, and then all those plantings would have to be removed all the way to the Japanese maple. Then the Japanese maple would actually be growing into the side of the shed, which would,
In other words, you don't want to give up any of the grass.
no, it wouldn't be on the grass, ma'am.
I'm saying, you wouldn't have to get rid of the trees and the shrubs, is all I'm
Well,
saying to you.
in order to maintain property value, there is a grade there. So if it was to be on the grass, it would just be sitting, it would be really bizarre, sitting just in the middle of the property.
It's on the hill.
And it would be so close to the proper spot, for a shed, if you were to take that into consideration in that area.
Thank
You
you.
would want it set back in the corner.
Jimmy, what did you say? You basically put your snow blower in here?
Snow blower and lawnmower. That's why we did such a small shed.
And a trimmer,
Yeah, there's a trimmer array
Yeah.
and,
and a spare gas can. That's what people normally do.
yes, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you have 4 gas cans.
No,
You got
we have
a,
an electric trimmer, we have electric yard tools.
what about the snow blowers? Yeah.
Yep, we have a small 2-gallon gas can. And the shed is, if you can see from the driveway photo, the shed, we actually set it back so it wouldn't be next to the neighbor's house. We set it back intentionally so that it would be further back away from their house. It's actually from corner to corner, it's not next to their house. It's actually approximately 13 feet
Well,
off their house.
yeah, I have the plan in front of
And
me. Let me tell you something
Yes,
about this plan. You've got it stuck up to the property line.
well,
No, do you, it shows right here.
Mr. Reed asked us to make it known that it's about a half a foot away from the property line, that they have it actually on the property line.
Yeah, and it says on this plan, existing 72 square feet, shed is movable. If you, and you say it would just, they
Well,
say
it's just not fixed, it's not cemented, there isn't.
Yeah, I understand
Yep,
that.
sure.
Here's some of the problems with that. The reason of the space between houses, which is usually 15 feet, yours is a little more, that's a fire break. So if one house on fire, it doesn't leak to the other.
Correct.
By putting this in the middle, does away with that, makes it a danger zone. Now, it also means that the butter to your right there, it means that if he wants to put one of these, he has to stay 6 feet away from yours, because you've already used up his amount. And then he has to stay 6 feet away from his house. He could end up, I don't know how close his house is to the line.
It's, as you can see in the photo, it's very close. It's only about 6 feet from the line. If he was to put a shed there, that would probably touch the side of his house. There is enough room to put
Yeah.
a shed there.
But I'm saying, your plan right here,
Yep.
that means that he could never put anything. Your plan right here is 6 feet and a matter of inches as wide as your hand. You just missed another zoning problem by inches,
Correct,
right?
correct. But it's in compliance.
All right. The thing is, I don't know how the fire department's that they'd like to review it, even if we dig land. Because they're the ones that tell you how much gasoline you can keep on site.
Sure.
And also, when you have it that close, I know it's a minor thing, but the water's gonna shed onto their property. It's gonna cascade, because that's the way it's aimed. And that's trespassing by water. And,
I could put a gutter on that side if that would
yeah, you could.
make a difference.
But how are you gonna maintain the, that, if it's that close to the line,
Yeah.
how are you gonna keep it in good repair? You
I-
can't, 6
The
inches?
brand new shed should get 30 years out of it. easy.
I know, but
Okay.
if,
We're hoping.
when it shows where
Yeah.
the tear affects the neighborhood, that's all I'm saying.
It's sided though, so you shouldn't have to paint it ever.
Yeah, it's vinyl sided. We actually made it so that it matches the vinyl siding.
I tell you something, I've been here for a lot of years.
Yeah, sure.
And we never allow this in the side yard. In the back, the city does allow it. You would be better off relocating that to the back, call your land surveyor, let them go over it with you, because there's so many problems with this. I've never voted for one like that.
Okay, well, in continuing with the hardships, the physical hardship in putting the shed on the opposite side of the house, in that backyard area, we would have to, if you come out of the house, you can see, that's why I provided this photo. There's a front door on the home, as you can see by some of the photos, and then the side door. When you come out the side door, you would have to, I mean, this is New England, we dumped on 3 feet out of whack. You would have to shovel through whatever amount of snow we got, 118 feet to the shed,
Yeah,
just to get to, which is a hardship for any owner.
yeah.
So,
Excuse me,
yeah,
I just want to make it clear. A hardship would mean if there was a mound of ledge in your backyard, or there was a steep slope, but it's a level lot, right?
no, there is a grade in the back.
Huh?
There is a grade in the back.
How much?
That's not,
That's
About 12 and a half feet from front to back. Oh, no, I thought that was the grade there, no, I'm sorry.
There's a side grade there, because my house has got flooded several times from that.
It's what?
It's got,
There is-
my
there is a
house has
grade.
been flooded several times
that
from
runs
that
back to
grade.
the house.
Yeah, but you have to tell me what percentage, right?
You have to
See, you don't have
ask,
enough information on that
you have to ask.
to claim a hardship.
Well, the hardship, I was told, physical hardship.
Who told you that?
Financial number one.
Give us a name, who told you?
An attorney I spoke to.
An attorney?
Yes, and the
Name
attorney,
unknown.
said, yes, you're gonna wanna state your hardships, both financial as well as physical. And the physical hardship would be the fact that it's unreasonable to have to shovel 118 feet to get to the shed, to get the snow blower, to come back 118 feet plus an additional 60 feet.
Yeah, but you have
to get
a
to
deck in
front
the
of the
back,
house.
right here, you go up the deck,
Yeah,
and it would be right there.
well, it would still be about 78 feet from the deck, and we'd have to come out,
Yeah.
and then we'd have to come out through the deck, which you really don't want to, when the snow's piled up on a side door, like a sliding door, you really don't want to be opening that, because the snow is going to fall in, then it's going to rot, it's going to, attract insects and
The
so
way my
forth.
house is in there, because it's an undersized lot and long ways, so I don't have a back door. I have a front door and a side door
Yeah.
right next to it.
Well, whatever.
So it would be about 118 feet to get to the shed, we'd have to shovel. Then we'd have to use a snow machine, 118 feet back, plus an additional 60 feet to get to the driveway.
Okay. Do
We
you have anything else to add?
Yes.
we did ask all the abutting neighbors.
We
They
have
all
20
signed.
neighbors, every neighbor around the property,
We asked.
everybody we asked signed. We have 20 neighbors that, we didn't see any need to go out any further, expand it, because everybody, when we got the shed, everybody commented how nice the shed was, asked where we got it, and was, boy, that's great for you guys. We have 20 neighbors surrounding the property, all around it, that are in favor of the shed. Additionally, we have a good number of people here tonight, good neighbors in support of us maintaining the shed. There were additional people that couldn't make it, we were originally scheduled for the last meeting. Their schedules were open for that, but conflicted with tonight's, or else there'd be additional people here tonight. But I don't know if you asked for people to raise hands, I don't know the procedure, but we do have a number of people here this evening, all neighbors that.
May I ask a question, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman? How long have you lived in this house?
30 years.
And what have you been doing before this with a snow blower and a lawnmower?
It's been very difficult.
My sister lives next door.
So, I mean, where have you been keeping them?
I use my sister's. She lived next door, but that's not, I can't do that now.
But you've been doing that for 30 some odd
She
years?
has health problems now, and we cannot do that.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
ask that you allow the council to speak, he has to
Yeah,
leave.
could you just hold on a minute?
Absolutely.
Councilor Starbad.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you for taking me out of turn. We've got a council meeting about to begin, so I just wanted to speak on Ms. King's behalf. I've been up there, I've checked out the property. It is a beautiful shed. It is relatively small. It matches the house perfectly, and I've talked to many of the neighbors as well, who have no objections. It seems, the objection seems to be more born out of a neighbor dispute that arose over something with a tree. And then this was brought to the attention of ISD. They called me again, I went up, I looked at it. Neighbors have contacted me, and all have no problem with the shed in its current situation.
I think, so you're in favor, Council?
I am. And if I could, just to run upstairs, I also represent the area of 77 Hawthorne Street, where there's a proposal in front of you tonight to construct a two-family, two-bedroom home. And in that current plan, as a two-family, two-bedroom per unit proposal, I am also in favor of that, but only as a two-bedroom.
I think,
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay,
Yeah, I guess in conclusion, the shed has been there approximately almost a year and a half with no issue.
With no what?
It's with no issue. The shed has been there for
You want to
almost a year and a half.
So, petition,
Yeah, just want,
There's been no issue.
just have one question. Is
Absolutely.
there a reason that we're not seeing the signature for the two neighbors, both on the left, right side and behind you? You mentioned.
Yeah, all the neighbors around us. The neighbor facing 64 Bickford Street, the house to the left, there are signatures on there. The house to the right are the residents technically. But everybody else across the
What about
street.
the one in the back, directly behind you?
Yep, they all sign. Everybody, the street runs, it's Bickford Street, and then it runs out.
That's Jim.
I was out there, so I know.
Okay, yeah, so everybody around, and we went out a certain amount, I just didn't feel, 20 signatures to keep expanding it, because we talked to other people further out, and they have no problem with it either, but I just didn't feel the need to, kind of overdo it.
thank you. Okay, you all set? All right, you may be seated, I'll ask.
Thank you.
Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Who wants to speak? Go ahead.
I'm in favor of it, Mr. Callen. I've known the people.
Wait a minute, give me your name and address for the record.
My name is Walter Prudigan. I'm a neighbor, and I'm in favor of it, 100%.
Okay,
They're good neighbors.
okay. Anyone else?
John Higgins, 34 Bickford Street. I'm in favor of the shed. It looks fantastic. It makes the neighborhood look better. And also, I'm here to speak for my aunt. She lives next door to the DeVos, Lena Bermani. She's 82. She couldn't come because she has a bad knee. She told me she is in favor of the shed also.
Someone in the back there?
I live on the other side, I'm actually Nancy's sister.
Will you give your name
My
and
name is
address?
Susan Feely, and I live at 60 Bickford Street, and I'm in favor of the shed.
Okay.
It looks very nice.
Someone else?
Linda Holland, I live at 29 Bickford Street. and I'm in favor of it. It looks very
Okay,
nice.
thank you. Thank you. Those in favor? Anyone else in favor of this petition? Hearing none, close the hearing. Those in favor, those opposed? Anyone here opposed?
I'm opposed.
Okay,
My name is Carl Moe. I live at 68 Bedford Street in Lynn. My wife and I have lived at 68 for 43 years. I'm opposed to the shed for a number of reasons. First, the height of the shed. The maximum height I could put a fence up is 6 feet. This shed is at least 3 feet up to the feet over the top of my fence. There are another thing is the shed is on an incline with the front 6 inches off the ground, the underneath a perfect habitat for rodents and skunks. The main point is the safety issue, as you brought up, Mr. Callen. Fire hazard. Gasoline-powered yard equipment, fuel for the same, maybe other combustibles are being stored there. This creates a fire hazard inches from the wooden fence and a few feet from my house. We as seniors maintain our yard year-round. We also have a shed. Our lot is undersized at 6,012 square feet, and the placement of our shed does not break any zoning regulations or rules. We just ask the city to enforce the zoning regulations as written, so that the shed be moved for our sake. Thank you.
thank you. Anyone else here opposed to this?
Am I allowed to speak?
Oh, wait a minute. You have the chance. We gotta go on a different page. Anyone else here opposed to this petition? Anyone else here opposed to this petition? Do you have something
Does
new?
that mean opposed to that?
It
Wait a minute.
is
I didn't understand that.
One at a time. I don't know.
I just didn't understand the question.
Mr. Chairman, she just asked if, what you asked if people were opposed to Mr. DeVoe, and now it's just being opposed to your plan.
Oh.
Not being opposed to.
Yeah.
If-
Wait a minute. Do you have something new to add?
It is,
No.
yes, it is.
Not what you've already said.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, it's just if you look at the photo of the shed straight down the driveway again, again, we did move it back, it's 13 feet off their house in the interest of, safety and so forth. We could move it a couple more feet back, that's a non-issue. However, I'd be more concerned, a 2-gallon gas tank, which I can make it a 1-gallon gas tank if that is better. But there's a propane tank you can see next to their chimney that's only approximately 6 feet off the driveway. I'm more concerned about that propane tank blowing up. If you're in the driveway, you're dead.
Wait a
Plain and simple.
minute. That's another issue. That's been inspected by gas and stuff.
Correct. But I'm just saying, I'm more concerned about that than I would
We
be
can't put that in the record.
of a gas.
We have no authority.
Okay. Right, but we could make it a 1-gallon gas can. That's a non-issue. And we
Anyone
could
else?
move the shed back.
Hello, over
I
there.
saw that
You want to have a
thing he's
meeting?
talking about.
I know.
Please go on.
It is. It's right in
Yeah,
front.
I can't hear everybody at once.
I didn't see anybody else.
Anyway, now the people that were opposed, they have a chance, because I gave this gentleman a chance, if you want to add something new. Mr. Hall, would you have something?
No, I'm all set.
All
Thank you.
right, you're all set. Okay. No one else here opposed to this position? They said, I'll close the hearing for those opposed. What is the wish of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I look at that shed at 6 by 12. I don't seriously think it's a safety issue. I think if you relocate it off the driveway, it really defeats the purpose of trying to keep your snow blower. I just thought, is it an issue if you just can't keep a gas container inside the shed?
No.
What if we made a stipulation, no storage of inflammables inside the shed?
I would do that.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we grant it with the stipulation that there's no storage of inflammables.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Please call the roll.
Mr. McElwain?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Callen?
Denied. The petition has been approved. Was granted.
Thank you.
By 4 to 1.
Thank you.
33 Apple Street. Petitioner here?
Yes.
Hi. Petitioner Tammy DePersis.
Yes.
Case number 9831. I gotta read it then. To allow an unattached accessory structure, shed to be located, this is the night of the sheds, in the front left side yard in violation of section 646 of the zone ordinance upon a conforming lot in zoning district R2.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have a certified plot plan?
I submitted it right here. Here, and here's the plot plan from the original ordinance 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know that.
That was
You
certified.
don't need this. What's the date on this?
That's from this here,
But 20 years ago?
yes.
From 20 years ago, Mr. Chairman.
This is 20 years ago?
Yes.
This is not acceptable for this case. You have to get a recent certified plot plan, or we can't consider it.
They didn't submit a recent certified.
Yes, they
plot.
did.
They did?
Yes, they did. It's right here.
So, that's a financial hardship for me. I was told it was over $1,000.
So everybody has to do it. We can't make an exception.
Okay, can I just ask a couple of questions?
Yeah, you want to continue it so you can...
No, I just want to understand.
All right, go ahead.
The property hasn't changed. The tax bills
That
are
has
the
nothing to
same
do
with
with it.
the...
We don't know that. But there has to be a recent certified plot plan. We can't change the regulations. Yeah, this is a mortgage inspection plan.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. It doesn't clearly define the lines.
Right, I submitted for this on June 16th, and I was not told these things at that time. Was supposed to be heard on, I'm sorry, let me just refer. I first applied for this, June 19th, and I was originally supposed to have a hearing on July 17th. And when I called on July 17th, I was told that there was no hearing because there was a mishap with the filing of the newspaper. So I had purchased the shed not knowing that there was an ordinance. I had come down here to find out. They told me that somebody would come to the property. He did. He suggested I come to do the appeal because I had ample property. It's just the fact that the hardship that the gentleman that works for the building department, Mr. Ennis, he came to the home and he said, I see visibly you have ample property. I see your hardship, that you have a hill here. You can't bring your snow blower up. You can't bring your lawnmower. I did have teenage boys, but they graduated from high school, now going off to college. So for the lawnmower and the snow blower and things, I need access up front, which I didn't have one until last year. I don't know why it was not stated to me when I filed for this, that that plan was null and void, and that I should do a surveyed property plan. Had I known that, I would have been able to cancel all the things that I needed to do. I don't know. He came to my house, he visibly saw, Mr. Ennis visibly saw. I paid the same amount of, not same amount of tax, but I paid tax on the same amount of property that I've had for 20 years, and it hasn't changed.
I saw it staked out tonight.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I was up there this morning. Is it to the left of the truck? There was a truck.
Yeah, it's all staked out.
I didn't see that. But the see,
I have pictures of it. Sorry.
The problem, see, one of the major problems without having a certified plot plan is what's the size of the shed?
Oh, here.
It doesn't have, see, you're not showing that on here.
He told me to draw a picture of it down at,
This gets registered.
All right, so
These
this
cases
here-
get registered.
This here is the shed that I purchased.
So what's the size of it?
Let's see. Sorry. 12 by 10? Is that correct? Is that how I do it? 12 by 10?
And how high is it?
What is that?
The land is 15 feet.
Can you make heads?
It's not 15,
it's an accessory
Yeah, I don't think it's
apologize.
15 feet.
These here are pictures of from the street view. I only made
Yeah.
one copy, I apologize. This is from my driveway itself, where it is and how far my neighbors are from there. Again, that's where it's staked out in a little bit more of an angle. This is my hardship, that's my backyard in order to get to
No, I
the
saw
hill.
the yard, yeah.
Okay? And this here is, I just took the side picture to show that there's no access to get in there with the shed, to the people to come in and build it. Had I known all of these things, I definitely would have had everything in order. I said, but when I went on June 19th, nobody informed me that this was expired and that I should have a new surveyor done.
And Roger Ennis was out to the site and he
He
saw it.
wasn't out to the site, he said I had ample property, but because of the location not going into the backyard, my best bet would be to go down and request an appeal hearing, so that they didn't come, build on the property, and then for some reason, a bad neighbor or something, say that you had an issue with it. So as I said, you've seen the property, Mr. Ennis seen the property.
I know the property.
I just can't get into the backyard to do it, and with
No,
the
there's
amount of
definitely
land that I
hardship
have, that includes the sidewalks.
Yeah,
I had to have 2.5
Mary.
plots done.
Jamie Figueroa was outside.
Yes, thank you.
So you're saying it's going to be 10 feet back from your property line?
Yes, from the side, yes,
Yeah.
the fence back. I'm not good with the measurements, he is.
Did you happen to speak to your neighbors?
I did. No one has an issue. I have an elderly couple across the street that we put their car in our driveway so that the street can be shoveled out for them. And we have shoveled them out in the past so that their car can get out into their spot. I have a young family across the street. Same thing, they have no issue. They even joked if they could put the sleds in there because they'd have access to them other than, so they wouldn't have to shovel them out of their yard. I have no issues with my neighbors.
Yeah, well, before we get too far into this, there's no certified plot plan, and the board's gonna have to decide whether to entertain it or do what I said, is continue it until she produces one.
I would suggest we entertain it, because I saw the plot plan, and if we were to hear some neighborhood objection, that might be an issue, but I don't think we're gonna get any. It just seemed like a really, not aggressive project. I think it's okay to move forward, but that's my feeling.
And it's not going to be a permanent structure. It's going to have a gravel.
We're not finished. You want to get a motion to, the decision of the chair has been challenged, so we have to go to a vote. We're to support the chair or the,
Well, I'm sorry, what did the chair rule?
Yeah.
that to continue it so she can have a.
Well, can we just hear the case? Why don't we just continue to hear the case without making a decision on it, just now that she's here? And
No, but you understand, we can't.
we can always continue it after we've got the case open, why not hear it? And then we can continue it we can talk about the plot plan.
Well, you can make a motion to overrule the decision.
I don't know why I don't want to challenge the chair, I don't know why
Well,
we
the chair
can't.
has said.
But we do this in a lot of cases, we ask people to come back with
I
the
know,
plot plan.
but these seem to be popping up without the proper background, without the proper plans. Like this here, they have a proper plan. And it was made out July 31st, 2018. This is what we requested and they produced it.
Well, there's other ones here tonight that don't have them either, so.
Yeah, I know, well, I'm gonna tell them the same thing.
Well, it seems like we're setting a new precedent.
Well, so what? I mean.
I'm stating a
How many
fact.
times have you seen these kind of cases in before us?
Oh, and we normally hear the case and then we make a decision. Because if we don't, what if we vote it no, then they've gone to the expense of doing the plot plan. Why not hear the case and then we can decide, we can continue it, give them time to come back with the plot plan.
And you've got this challenge.
Because like I said, there's other ones here, Chairman, tonight.
Yeah, I understand, but so.
This would be a slippery slope if we, out of every case that comes with us that doesn't have a proper plot plan, If we are out of right, every one of them, because that's what it's gonna be going forward, gotta be every one of them, we say, no, we're not gonna hear your case tonight, you gotta come back with a certified plot plan.
Well, there's something wrong, because evidently they were told, or it's in the call.
I don't know, what does the application state, Mary?
I'd like to know too.
I think it says it needs.
I think it says certified.
Yeah, yes, it does.
It does.
No, we're not talking about a three-family house, we're talking about a shed.
Shed, yeah.
And
And I saw the layout, it's
You can,
simple.
if you want to challenge the chair, do it. It's up to you.
It's not that I want to challenge you, but I can't understand why we
I
can't
have to
listen to
go
it.
by
All
what's on
right,
the-
then I
what's on
challenge the chair.
application.
I challenge the
It
chair.
clearly states,
I second your challenge.
I challenged, and Mr. Woods seconded.
okay, we'll have a vote whether to support the chair or not. Call roll.
So was it yes to challenge?
Yeah.
Mr. Figueroa,
I kind of would like to get a case.
are you challenging
What does
him
he
or are
wanna
you
do?
supporting him?
I would
So
challenge.
yes, challenge.
Okay.
Mr. Wood,
Yes to challenge.
Mr. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Curley,
Yes.
Mr. Callen,
I want to support the chair. They have the vote. Okay, we can continue.
Okay, so, as I stated, I didn't know of the plot plan, but I do have a need for this shed. I have 2.5 plots of land, which includes the sidewalk space. I have been given warnings about the sidewalks not being cleared in a timely fashion. If I don't have a snow blower, I will not physically be able to do it. And my children, like I said, they have grown and are going off to college. I'll be lucky if they'll come home a couple of days, you know, when they have their free time, because they are teenagers. I don't know, the lawnmower, the snow blower, my neighbor's kids want to put their sleds in there so that they have access, and they don't have to shovel.
I don't think there's an issue with the shed. I think it's just, we don't know we didn't know till a little while ago how big it is, and we don't actually know where it's going.
Well, I was
On your
told on the
property.
19th.
But we need that. That's what we need to, we can't just give you carte blanche. We gotta know where you're putting the shed.
Well, as I stated on June 19th, when I submitted all of that and I spoke with the department head, he asked me to draw on the plan where it is that the shed was going. Okay,
I have one dimension. It's gonna be 10 feet from your property line. That's the only thing I have on your plot plan that I have, is it shows a 10 feet setback.
yes, 10 feet, he told me just to draw a little box because I wasn't, but the point being was, when he said to me to do that, and it wasn't stated back in June, just lost my train of thought, give me 1 minute.
So you have to go back and you have to put something on the ground. Stakes.
We
The
have.
stakes.
We have. Oh, that's what I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. In June, when I submitted it, he said, oh, right, go home, you're going to stake out the property, someone from the city will come by and view it. As soon as we submitted the materials, we went to Home Depot, we bought the stakes, we bought the orange spray paint, the rope to go around. We roped it all off, we had it all set up, and nobody came by until just recently. But
I was there
back in
today.
June, I was told to do these things, and we went right to Home Depot and had that done. And because they told me they can view it from the street, they didn't need me home, they
Right.
could view it. So that was done back in
Yeah.
June. It was staked, highlighted with the orange spray paint, everything waiting for
I
viewing.
know, but I wanted to hear you say it,
Oh,
because
okay.
that's better than writing it in a little box.
Oh, no, I
over
actually
the
have
thing.
pictures too, like I said, I don't have one copy, but you're welcome to.
Anything
You got
else?
it from Reed Ferry there?
Yes.
The other ones who say the sheds are so good, you're gonna put them in the front
It's
yard.
like a little village when you go there. Well, hopefully it's true, but, yeah, we had it.
Do they have a diagram of where it's going? Did they do any sort of sketch that would show exactly where
All
it's
they
going?
do is this general drawing. They give a description over here what we bought. We even bought flower boxes for the windows and shutters so that it was presentable. We try to make it as appealing as possible. It's basically for yard supplies, but I do feel the need for it, especially in the winter. I cannot get that amount of land cleared in an ample amount of time, and I can't afford to be fined each time that they come by.
Did you design it to look similar to your house?
Yes, we did the shingles, the siding. The only thing was the, we don't have shutters on the house, and we don't have flower boxes on the house, but we did put that on the shed.
Anything else? Thank you. Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Anyone else in favor of this petition? Anyone else in favor, those opposed? Anyone here opposed to this petition? Anyone here opposed to this petition? Here and none. Close the hearing for those opposed. What is the wish of the board?
I move to accept the petition.
Call the roll.
Excuse me, do you mind if we just, the one dimension we have is that it be a 10-foot setback from the front?
Yeah.
So at least we know that it's,
Okay, so we move to accept the petition and requiring that it be at least 10 feet from your front property line.
Yeah, we have that already outlined.
Yeah. But so we go up and measure afterwards, it would be 10 feet from you. Okay.
I'm sorry, who seconded that?
Jamie?
Mr. Figueroa?
Yes, yes to grant.
Mr. Wood?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Cole?
yes.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Kalman?
No. This is petition has been made for
So they can come and build it?
Well,
They can come and build it?
you've got a appeal period.
You have a latent period.
Okay, how long? I'm sorry, I'm...
You'll get a letter.
I'll get a letter. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Next case is 77 Hawthorne Street.
Sure. Let me read it. You want me to read it?
Yes.
Oh, great. 77 Hawthorne Street, petitioner Aktasawi, is it Egby? By attorney Samuel A. Vitale, case number 9836, to allow construction of a two-family residence upon an undeveloped lot in zoning district R2 having less than the minimum required lot area in frontage. Case is now open for those in favor.
I'm Attorney Jeff, and with me is Zoe, her husband James, and Mr. Wyckoff. 77 Hawthorne is in a general residence district in which two families are permitted use. The property had, since 1900, a three-family dwelling on it. That was until 2006 when there was a fire that destroyed it. These are copies of the 1926 city directory. Zoning came into the city of Atlantic June of 1926. It shows that the lot had a three-family dwelling. In 2006, I think it was May, there was a fire that destroyed the three-family. Otisoli and her husband lived there, and had lived there. And after the fire, the building department required, for safety reasons, that the building be demolished, and later that year, the three-family was demolished. As some long-serving members of the board know, that when there is a conflagration, a fire, or a disaster, people have a year to rebuild. They didn't rebuild in a year. That was a mistake. They were dealing with the insurance company, they didn't have the funds, and they didn't rebuild. So now, they've been paying taxes on it, the city taxes it as a developer lot, and what they seek to do is to put in a two-family dwelling in a neighborhood that is a two-family neighborhood. The character of the neighborhood is one- and two-family dwellings. There may not be on Hawthorne Street two other lots of this size. So what hasn't changed is the size of the lot. It's been 9,700 plus since the house was built, and it's at 50 feet in front. What has changed over the years since 1926 is the city has advanced its dimensional regulations so that now for a one or a two-family home, 75 feet is required, and 12,000 square feet. None of the homes on Hawthorne Street meet those requirements. There's no lot of 12,000 square feet. So we were before you once before, and we took guidance from what you said. The prior house that burned was a non-conforming structure. That meant it didn't meet the dimensional regulations. It was an older house built in the 1900s. And what's proposed is to build a new house that meets all of the energy standards and current codes and satisfies all the dimensional regulations, but for the frontage and the size of the lot. I think it was Mr. Gisono, when we were here last, that one of the members had a concern about the width of the driveway. So if you recall now, contrasting what we proposed earlier and what we're proposing now, earlier we proposed a duplex, earlier we proposed a home that was a modular, and it was a larger one. This home is smaller, the driveway is wider, and this is a conventional up and down two-family. As I say, I think it's consistent with the character of the area. If you've been to the lot, you know it's of a regular shape, it has sloping topography. James and his wife have lived on Hawthorne Street since the fire. They live right down the street. James runs a business in the city of Lynn. Their kids go to the Lynn schools, and they've been paying taxes on this lot as a developer lot, and now they seek to develop it consistent with the use that's permitted in the district, a two-family dwelling. Obviously, they've had a financial hardship when they had the three-family destroyed in the fire. This is an opportunity now that they financially have been able to put together the resources to construct. This would be a stick-built home, blending with the character of the neighborhood, up and down. And Mr. Wyckoff is here. He drew these plans. He can speak to the particulars of the building code issues, but with respect to the zoning, why we're before you is to ask that the frontage requirement of 75 feet and the lot size requirement of 12,000 be varied to allow this home to be built on a 9,700 square foot.
Do you have any more of these?
I think you were in vacation earlier when I brought some over, but yes. The answer is yes. I brought several, and then I brought some more today. And Mr. Whitecroft here who drew the plan. And I think you have Mr. Lee's plan dated June 25th, 2018, in which he reflects the fact that the building is now 32 feet rather than, I think before it was 34. That's how we picked up 2 feet on the driveway. It shows the same scheme for landscaping and trees and lawn and backyard. It shows satisfaction of the parking requirement of 3 spaces for a two-family dwelling. And as I say, the only variance we're seeking is for the lot size in the front.
There's two sets of, it's funny, 2 sets of plans, the set of plans that got sent out will show these as 3-bedroom units.
Well, I don't know what set of plans got sent out. I know what I filed.
With unfinished attic and an unfinished cellar. But these are different.
Yeah, the ones I filed are the ones you have, Mr. Whitecroft here, he drew. This was originally going to come up, I think, in July. I filed this on June 26th, and then there was not a meeting for July 17th. And then Mary was on vacation, but the current plan is the one that Mr. Wyckoff drew. I don't know if he's got a date on it, but that's the one I had submitted. That's the one I brought over, I think, today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have 2 sets of plans?
Yeah, I got a different set. This came through email.
Yeah, that's what was in the folder, I put everything in the folder.
What was the date on that?
Anyone have any questions for Mr. White?
No, yeah, the February 20th, 2018. Same as this one.
Well, we understood that you wanted a two-bedroom.
No, so maybe Dave, you got two sets of plans, one showing 3 bedrooms and one showing 2.
Originally was, I applied one that she
Excuse me. Well, you give your name and address.
Dave Wyckoff, 262 Chatham Street, Lynn, Mass. Originally wanted a 3-bedroom, and
Okay.
after
That's what I
thinking
got.
about it, got the 2-bedroom issue. So the 3-bedroom plan is not, we can just throw that one away.
So which one we're doing, the
The
two-bedroom?
3-bedroom one,
The two-bedroom plan is right there.
2-bedroom is what we're gonna go with.
That's the car.
And that's what I brought over again today.
Yeah. Yep.
Basically, it's this bedroom here, the same dimensions, you just made it one big bedroom.
Right, it's not the bedroom.
What's with the unfinished attic?
What's what?
Unfinished
It
attic.
has no plumbing, it has a plywood floor, it's storage.
Storage, plywood floor, insulation,
Who has access to the attic?
anybody that goes up the back hall. Yeah.
Just the back stairs, not the front stairs.
Continuous, right through. So to be used for storage or whatever.
How high is it?
How's the whole building?
No, the attic.
Maybe to the peak, about 9, 10 feet.
It's a peak roof.
Yeah.
So, and at the sides, it's like 6 or 7 feet?
The sides,
Yeah.
well, the right and left would be where the gable roofs come down.
Yeah.
Front and back will have the tallest one. The front would be, where the collar tie would be about 7 feet.
So,
About 3 feet above that would be the peak.
why would you make such a big space in the attic? And why not just have it lower, so it's not gonna be encouraging future occupation, occupancy?
Oh, it's open. The first floor could use it for storage, this one, the second floor.
Yeah, so there's two people that have access, two units.
Anyone else have any questions? Those in favor?
And do both units have access to the basement as well?
Yes. You get the heat system in the left, correct.
You know, the lot's terribly overgrown.
Yeah.
It's really disgraceful.
We just cut it.
What?
We just cut it in Monday. We cut it all the time. We maintain our life.
You cut it recently?
Yes.
My God, it's up to my waist. I was walking in there Sunday. I'm just saying, you live on the street and your lot is a disgrace. That's just a
We
comment.
want to replace what's there with a new home.
I
which is a solid
understand. It's
investment for the
simply
city
a
and the
comment.
All right, anyone else have any questions, Mr. Vitale? All right, thank you.
I just note that Councilor Stoddard put in a lot of time with this. He and I have been running back and forth up to the city council, but he did make a point to indicate that, based on his observations and his investigation, he supports the proposal.
Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Anyone else here in favor of this petition? And then I'll close the hearing, those in favor, anyone here opposed to this petition? Yes.
Come on up.
Frank Sanchez, 69 North Elm Street. I've lived on this street for 60 years. The original plan of this house did not conform with the neighborhood in any way. Now that the new plan supposedly conforms with an up and down two-family home, I'm concerned about parking, I'm concerned about an attic that can still be used for bedrooms, that there's plenty of room. I'm just concerned that there's going to be more people living in the house than should be living in the house. And there's going to be more cars on the street. There's already in the inundated with vehicles, which is gruesome in the wintertime. There's just too many damn cars on that street. And I lived there since 1958, and every house that is there now, with the exception of James's, was there then. And the street has character. But lacks parking.
Okay, how about that gentleman next to you? Did you want to say something?
I also,
You raised your hand.
my name is Daniel Johansson, I live at 73 Hawthorne, and I have just a couple of other residents that have signed here that say they also oppose.
Wait a minute, what is that paper? We don't know what it is. What is that paper you just passed?
It's just people that
Petition.
have...
People that signed it with open
You're
opposition.
supposed to give it to the chair, so I can...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, parking is going to definitely be an issue in my mind. I think in the wintertime it's going to be quite challenging. It already is quite challenging, and with more people, it's going to be more so. I just think that, it is sort of the density of population is clearly going to increase, and I'm just concerned about that. I feel like a single family would definitely recast perhaps what that neighborhood would be.
Thank you. Anyone else here opposed to this petition? Anyone else opposed to this petition? Hearing none, close the hearing, those opposed, what is the wish?
I move the petition be granted.
Motion to grant. I don't hear a second. I ask again, what is the wish of the board?
I'll second it so we can vote on it.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Wooten?
He's actually.
Okay. Mr. McGuire?
Definitely. Wasn't present.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes, to grant.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
No.
Mr. Downey?
No. The petition has been denied.
Next case is 23 Greystone Park. Petitioner Katie Vanu. Case number 9837, to allow demolition of existing structure, construction of a two-story attached garage with storage space above upon an undersized lot in zoning district R1, increasing lot coverage from 33.3% to 45.7%.
Thank you. All right, the hearing is now open. Those in favor? Please identify yourself for the record.
Okay, I'm Walter Jacob, the architect.
Yeah, address it to our secretary so she can hear.
I'm Walter Jacob, the architect for 23 Greystone Road. This is Katie Vanu, my client. I want to start by saying something that came up as we went through this process. So we were originally scheduled for a hearing several weeks ago, and we had prepared for that, and we had lined out the property with ribbons, and then that was canceled, and we didn't redo it. And so I know that the chairman went to the property and didn't see the lines because they weren't there. That was on Sunday. On Monday we went back and we put the lines out there. But what I've been advised is if the board possibly feels that that'll be to our disadvantage, we might want to continue until, I think you have a hearing on the 27th? The 21st. And I want to do that just in case that's an issue that people don't understand what we have here. I prepared a full package that shows the survey. It shows where the existing garage is that wants to be demolished. It shows our proposed drawings, but I wanted to see if that was an option, if we think we should do
Yeah,
that.
excuse me. So I can ask the board, you want to proceed with, or do you want to wait till they finish and prepare the site?
Can I mention something?
Yeah.
This is a letter from Counselor
Yeah,
Seer.
to table it, yeah.
Table, yeah.
But we don't table, we continue.
Okay.
So the warrant council wants to continue, wants the case continued. So you want to wait for him to, say so on it?
Yes, are you saying that he wants to
But
continue
here-
to the 27th?
That's the letter. You can make them all these.
Well, I think if you're going to continue it, you should have said that right from the day one when this meeting opened. If there's anybody here that's been sitting here all night waiting for it?
Excuse me?
Well, are there people here that are sitting here that came for Greystone Park? No, not you, because you're the person who wants it.
Are you criticizing the chair, you mean?
No, well, if you want to say that, I don't mean to. However, you had this
They got
letter,
all
we
this
all
action
saw
now.
it. And for people who were sitting here for an hour
Sorry
now,
if it doesn't suit you.
sitting here for an hour, well, that's
Yeah.
not fair. For people to sit here, you should have said it right from the beginning, they could have gone
You're
home.
saying the chair's unfair. Thank you.
Okay, so he's recommending that we continue.
Yes.
When should we continue it to?
20, what's the date, 21st?
21st, are we doing the 21st?
21st.
Okay. And is there a reason why he continued?
He didn't say, did he?
No.
Did he say?
Did you communicate with him at all?
No, this is the first I've heard of this.
We usually do agree with what the council wants to do. So, he probably wants to be here and talk on it. We don't know.
I would suggest you get a hold of,
Yeah. I don't suggest you get a hold of-
yeah, don't come back here in 2 weeks without having talked to him.
Okay, so we're going
Yeah.
to continue the 21st, but I'm going to try to talk to him.
Right.
Yeah, there's no objection, we'll continue it to the 21st. Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
By the way, I will say this, I did go down there today and it was adequately marked out.
And it was adequately marked out because I was there Sunday and I complained because it wasn't marked out.
I apologize for that.
I'm just saying, if you're coming here on a Tuesday night, you want to know on Sunday, you want to know that everybody has to go around and look at it, that it should be something.
Yeah, and we try to reason, I try to reason with this lady. She says I was disrespectful to her. Yeah, you did. So I gave the telephone back. You know, and, okay, we'll forget about that. We'll just continue with the recommendation from the council. And so make sure everything's ready. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Next case?
Next case. Oh, 442 Linfield Street.
Next case is 442 Linfield Street. Petitioner Stacy Barrows by her agent Mark Lejeune. Case number 9833. To allow a 5 by 12 foot attached front porch with a 42-inch by 42-inch landing that encroaches within the minimum front setback by 1 inch upon an undersized lot in zoning district R1.
Parents and I will those in favor. You in favor?
I'm representing Mr. Allen.
Yeah, okay. Give us your name and address.
My name is David Lejeune, I live at 650 Walnut Street.
Okay. Tell the board what you want to do.
I'm trying to help her out with this project. She's a single mom with 3 kids. She just wants a nice porch to be able to sit out front, have a park.
Yeah.
We're missing the setbacks by maybe a foot. So we might have 9 feet after said and done.
Yeah.
We're just looking to get approved to be able to give her what she needs.
Yeah. Do you have a sketch of that?
I sent everything in, unfortunately.
No, do you have one on you?
I do not have one with me.
Mary,
I was on vacation.
It's probably in the folder now. 442.
I happened to take a vacation this week. Rushed down from New Hampshire. I apologize.
I didn't notice that.
You need that? Does he have it?
He's on the bottom.
all staked out.
Oh, that's it, yeah, that's it.
All staked out.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Where did you leave the car? I was there Sunday.
I figured this was a little mud. It doesn't go from the houses. It doesn't bolt.
Let's show you. I gotta take him in. Yes. Oh, that's what he's got. Because I told him I was gonna do, he's got pictures of that 20. I'll go out there and again.
That's my little sketch, yeah, the dilapidated,
All right, so basically, it's just,
that's,
yeah.
Just make sure. Oh my God, like water, I got.
Okay, anyone want to look at this sketch, Rick? Rick, you want to look at this?
Got 5, I got 9. There you go.
I don't see any problem.
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. Anyone, you through here? Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Anyone else in favor of this petition? Here or none? Close the hearing. In favor, anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition? Here or none, close the hearing. Opposition, what is the wish of the board?
Make a motion to grant.
Second.
Grant, motion made to grant, please
Grant.
call the roll.
Mr. McElroy?
Great.
Mr. Wood?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Callen?
Yes, to grant. The petition has been granted by unanimous vote. Good luck.
Good luck.
thank you very much.
Next one there.
Briar Hill.
Briar Hill, 57 Briar Hill Drive. Petitioner Robin Hogard, case number 9832. To relocate an existing 8 by 16-foot unattached accessory structure shed and allow construction of a new 14 by 32-foot unattached accessory structure shed to be located in the rear yard, nearer than 3 feet from the property line upon an undersized lot in zoning district R1.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman of the board. I'm Michael McCloskey, the applicant. I live at 57 Briar Hill Drive. This is Robin Bogart, owner of the property. You've seen the plot plan, and the plot plan shows that in the backyard there are existing 2 sheds right now. And I brought a photograph right here as well, so if you get a handle on this, I think this photograph's in the folder as well. This is the original shed. It's called the pool shed because it has the pool pump equipment in it. That's going to be torn down. This is what we call the bike shed. This is a portable shed. This is going to be moved to another location on the property within the side and rear yard setbacks. Okay? So what we're proposing right here is to put a new shed which is 14 feet wide by 32 feet long, which has no plumbing in it, but it's going to contain the pool equipment which is in the shed, which is going to be torn down, and our garden equipment. It is in the side yard setback, but no more than this shed is right now. And our neighbors living over here have no problem with it and support this application as everybody else does in our neighborhood.
Do you have a signed affidavit from these people?
I don't.
Oh. All right. What is the reason? Because of the pool, you have to encroach on the people?
Yeah, the problem is, here's the pool. There's a pool right there, and there's only like 8 or 9 feet between the shed and the pool. So we wanted to put it back to the same line that these sheds are here, not encroach any further. And our neighbor has been okay with these sheds for many, many years, and he's okay with this new one as well.
Okay. Young lady, you want to have anything to say? You don't? All right, you're in favor?
I'm in favor, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Anyone else in favor of this petition? No. Close the hearing, close the favor. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed to this petition? No, close the hearing. Those opposed, what is the wish of the board?
Make a motion to grant.
Motion granted, made by Mr. Cole, second by Mr. Wood. Please call the roll.
Mr. Figueroa?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Wood?
Yes to grant.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
This looks like I can move in tomorrow. This is quite a looking shed.
That's what it is, garden tools.
Yes to Grant.
Mr. Calvin?
Yes, grant the petition has been granted by unanimous consent.
Thank you very much. Members of the board.
Good luck. And there was a mistake on the listing on the petitioner. It should be Milagro Vega, correct?
That is correct, sir.
So I want to say that, so we make sure that it gets recorded correctly, because they had someone else's name. It's actually the name of the, someone that was just a case before, 2 cases before this one. So let me just read it. To remove an existing 12-foot by 8-foot unattached accessory structure, another shed, and replace it with a 20 by 18-foot shed that encroaches within the minimum rear setback upon an undersized lot in zoning district R2.
You have a certified plot plan for this?
I submitted the 6 packages that they told me to submit with the appeals application. And with all due respect, that I see, and I can show you, because I have it here when I printed out the application, it does not say certified, but the plot plan was pulled by the secretary when we came with the contractor to bring everything in, and she filed
I'm
it.
asking you, do you have one with you, a certified?
No, sir, I don't have one with me.
Okay, and the plan that you referred to, you showed it to who?
When I brought it with the application with the,
Yeah,
and you have to bring the packages in?
Can you hold on a second and we'll see what's in the file? Okay, all right, now, it looks to me like, this is 1995, this is 23 years old, this is, and someone altered the plan. Who altered it? They wrote in over the professional land surveyor. Well, that's,
That I have, when I came that day to file with him, with Roberto, the contractor, the secretary there had pulled that, and it she didn't say nothing about certified, but she.
yeah, but see this, whoever put this in here, that's not acceptable to write over someone's plan and use their stamp and their name. This is 23 years old.
But I didn't stamp it, that's how it was, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, who wrote on it, you know?
It's probably Roberto, right?
Roberto.
I can't see. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, it is true, that's Roberto's writing, that's a contractor's writing.
So he was one of,
He's with me that day when we came to City Hall and did our paper. Yep.
what does the board want to do with this? Someone wrote over this. Said, plan of 23 years ago. Have them get one that's,
First of all, why are we making it a bigger shed? What do you need it bigger for?
Due to the flood issues and where I've had in the city of Lyndon, and I've had that house for 18 years. When I bought the house, the shed was already there. But when the last flood we had, and after that, the storm, it got rot, it's like rotted. And I have my swimming pool supplies, my kayaks don't fit there. And I'm scared to put anything in because it's going down. I have to remove it because I know that's why I sent the pictures so you can see the mold from the water from the flood that we had. And that's the reason why I submitted to make it a bit bigger. That way, I like to keep my area clean. And I have my own trash aside under my stairs, and I have the shed where I put everything in there. And that's why I want to keep everything nice and clean.
I want to just applaud that the chairman decrees that we need a certified plot plan. And the only way we can go forward with the hearing is you're going to have to challenge the decision of the chair. This is not, we shouldn't accept this. If people keep doing this, we're doing the wrong thing.
Well, I think we ought to talk to special services so that people aren't coming up here unprepared.
No, but I'm saying,
So that we're all on the same page.
yeah, I understand,
This shed,
but it's in the application.
This shed here borders City of Lynn property on both sides, right? You got it on the side and you got it behind you, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I am Batchelder's Court in Ainsworth.
I know, your
dead
house, your front door is actually like on Ainsworth Street. But where the shed's going is city property on, it's parked, both sides.
It's still the same.
Right? I mean, you don't have an abutter, you don't have a house or anything that's,
I'm on the other side.
right.
You're in
I'm
Ainsworth.
the only house next door, right?
You're in Ainsworth, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, again, Barry Park, basically on both sides, City of Lynn property. Okay.
The decision of the chair is that we continue for a certified plot plan. Is there any objection? Otherwise, you're gonna have to get it and have it ready for the next meeting.
I'll challenge the chair on that.
Who seconded?
Jamie?
Yeah, call the roll.
Jamie?
Yes, ma'am.
To challenge.
To challenge.
Oh, yes, the challenge, sorry.
Mr. Wood?
Yes, to challenge.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Callen?
No. I will go forward with the, with the evidence that's there.
I can email it. I have online.
What was that?
I have a copy of it on my computer. I want to email another one. I didn't know they were going to accept that at the office that way. But not, what do you think about it? Yeah.
Mr. Cole, you're right. I think we need to talk to ISD about
Yeah.
explaining it. Just like, I don't think it says certified. What I asked you earlier.
So, to my understanding, Mr. Chair, is that the application does say plot plan, but it does not mention that it has to be certified.
And then
She has
There you go. It
the
says it.
application to prove that it's not, the application
not
does
say
not request a certified plot plan. I think, that, yeah, we can take that up with ISD to change the language.
You used to say it.
Yeah.
No, and I agree with what you're saying, that everyone should have a certified plot plan, but I think that the additional step we should take is to contact ISD to change the language on the application to
Well,
include
it
that.
used to say it. What happened to it, I have no idea.
Okay.
But it used to say it.
Also, the time frame I think is important, 1995, 86, otherwise, so I think that the time should.
All right, you want to continue with the presentation? You all set?
Do you have a picture of your shed?
I have the pictures on my phone, but I got the pictures and I sent them in attached to the application. All of them. And if not, sir, right here.
No, the pictures of your new shed, what you,
Oh, it's gonna be a waterproof one, but I didn't get it yet because I wasn't sure if they're gonna approve.
okay.
Am I gonna take a
No.
picture of it? I mean, we have to see something.
Oh, I'll show you right now. The one I want.
I mean,
Yes.
the thing is too, is it's not really staked out. It's nice for us to know, to have an idea. I mean, the plot plan, at least if we went there like the previous people, at least they had it staked out, we could see, They didn't tell you to stake it out or anything?
No, sir. The only thing they told me is that I need to appeal it because it was a setback, even though it already has the other side of the fence. That's why I took the picture of the rotted area, the water, because we got so much water that it seeped in, and that's why it fell down, the bottom part fell down.
are you building this one on stilts or something? No, seriously, I mean, you gotta,
Yeah.
not stills, but you ought to look about getting,
doing waterproof.
or doing
It's a
something.
waterproof shed, that's why I'm doing a waterproof
Never
shed.
heard of that.
Because right now, I can't even put my kayaks up because they keep falling from the shed that's like this. But even though it's like this, is gonna be made waterproof, this is how it is done, I want it. So I have to put my pool stuff and my, and it's hard because I have it now outside, and the geese at the park, the water, they come and they lay on my kayaks now, and if I keep the kayaks there, when I clean the lawn, I have to keep moving it all the time, because I don't want, to my grass to grow higher.
Yeah.
And to keep the area clean, I wanted to put in a clean shed.
And what's the dimensions here again, 12 by, no, 18 by 20 or something?
Yes. But since you have to lift it up.
The new proposed will be 18 by 20.
Yeah, because it has to be lifted a little so the water, even though it's waterproof, but it needs to be in a, level foundation. And right now it's muddy, it's still musty, and it's like a little like that.
So it looks like a vinyl, right? The vinyl.
Yes.
Okay, anyone else have any questions on the petition?
Also, yes. Thank you.
All right, you all set? You all set?
Am I also,
Your
this is the first time
presentation. With your presentation?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Yeah.
My name is Sharon Paslitz. I am the only abutter she has. I live at 6 Ainsworth Place, and I am in favor of this shed
All right,
that
thank
she's
you.
requesting. Thank you.
Anyone else here in favor of this petition? Hearing none, I'll close it. Those in favor, no for those opposed. Anyone here opposed to this petition? No, hearing none, close it. Those opposed, what is the wish of the board?
Well, before I vote on this, the other one had to have it staked, and it's not fair that yours isn't. I would want to see exactly where it's going to be on that piece of property. It's only fair.
Mr. Chair, if I'd say to continue it until she comes in with the proper picture, it's staked out so we can go see it, and with a paper picture of it, of the size and where it's going to be on the property. I'd say
Okay, does everyone understand what Mr. Figueroa was saying?
Well,
That would be a stipulation.
To me, this is just how I feel. If you staked it, if this was granted or not granted, I have no idea what's going to happen here. Should it be, there would be a stipulation that it would have to be staked.
And staked on the ground.
Right.
All right, that's
What's your question?
My question is that, I remember when we went to the inspector, and they went, but because we've had so many problems with the flooding in that side of our area in Lynn.
That has nothing to do with what the board wants right now. Just so we-
We're just looking for 4 stakes to show the dimensions of the shed.
To
In
show
other words,
where
you're
it's going to
put
be.
it. That's all.
Okay,
Not a
you
big
have no
deal.
objection to that, right?
No,
Brutal can do that.
It's gonna go where the other one is.
Does everyone understand that? That would
Yeah,
be
and also
stipulation.
a picture of the shed. I want to know what I'm voting on.
Okay.
So
You
you,
gotta produce a picture
Must be some
of the
of
shed.
those.
yeah, something, whatever you're going to.
That's 2 stipulations. Okay.
So,
Please call the roll.
wait a minute, are we continuing it or are we?
So 4 stay, continue, or?
Mr. Chair, we're going to continue, or we're going to grant the stipulation?
Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yes, is it,
Continue.
oh, you want to continue?
I don't know, we're saying,
Grant
we
it.
granting with stipulations or we?
If it doesn't get staked, it's not
Right.
going to get approved,
No,
so.
I have to have it staked.
We could grant it tonight and then,
Or not granted with the stipulation that
yeah.
it's staked and you have a picture of what you're going to put there.
With all due respect, I have to have it staked, because the one now is falling apart anyway, so I have to have it done.
Okay.
Right,
But
so
I
we
will
want to
bring
see
it
that.
staked, and I'll bring the pictures of
If
the
it goes
brochure
through,
that I got from the.
We have 20 days to view it before the appeal period's up. And if he does it, we don't vote. It's,
That's right.
yeah.
Say that, yeah.
So, yeah,
What
go ahead.
did it was?
When do I
Okay,
bring
so
the pictures?
I'll make a motion that we grant it with 2 stipulations, that you mark out with stakes the 4 corners of the shed, and that you provide us with a.
Yeah, to Mary, yeah.
Give us a picture to our secretary.
ASAP, so it can be
Yeah.
emailed to the members.
Yeah.
The contract, I told me about that, but I didn't understand what that meant.
Right, that's it, with 2 stipulations be granted. Call the roll, man.
Who grant, Wood and seconded by?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Jamie? Mr. Figueroa?
Yes, to grant with the 2 stipulations.
Mr. Wood with the 2 stipulations?
Yes, grant.
Mr. Cole with 2?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley with the 2 stipulations?
Yes.
And Mr. Callen with the 2 stipulations?
Yes, great. Okay, you understand now, you're gonna get that ASAP into our secretary?
I'll get it to you this week, sir. The contractor had told me, but I
Wait a
thought you
minute, wait a
had
minute, just tell me ASAP.
Yes.
Could be reconsidered.
I'll do it this week, I'll get it for you this
Okay,
week.
that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
that's what we're looking for, 4 stakes that we can see the size of the shed and where it's
You want a
going. That's all we
picture of the- You want a
want.
picture of the 4 stakes?
No, we want the 4
We're
stakes in
going
the
out to
ground.
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
go, I didn't know
Going out
that.
to look at it.
Okay, okay.
It's very simple.
Okay,
I'll call you, right?
okay.
Call Mary. Mary, he can touch it.
Got it, we got it. So you bring the brochure in.
I'll bring the book,
Let
I'll let Mary know.
Right.
Yep. I'll call you this week.
Here, I'll take the.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
Okay, next case is Dearborn Avenue, mistake.
Yes. 41 Dearborn Ave, petitioner Robert Wynot. Case number 9838 to allow construction of an unattached 22-foot by 24-foot garage in excess of 15 feet tall upon an undersized lot in zoning district R4.
He's sitting on it. Yes, you see, yeah, give your name and address to the board.
Robert Weinhardt, 41 Dearborn Ave.
Tell them what you want to do. Tell the board what you want to do.
Well, there's an existing garage there now that was torn down, so it was an existing foundation. I applied for the permits, got the
Did you
permit.
tear it down
No,
recently?
I just purchased the house in April.
Okay.
So I got the permit to put a new garage up with the 15 feet height. And so all the permits are all set for 15 feet. I'm just trying to go 18 feet instead of 15. So
18?
setbacks, everything else is all set.
What are you talking about now?
High
The
roofs.
ridge, the ridge,
Yeah, to the peak.
No, he's talking flat roof, I believe, right?
Yeah,
or flat roof?
yeah. Well, probably, yeah, small pitch towards the back.
Does that blend well with the neighborhood? Flat roof like that?
I mean, every house down there has a garage.
Well, do you have a sketch of it?
Of the
What,
garage?
how are you gonna build?
No,
This is big.
You don't?
because I'm waiting to see if I can go.
I mean, the board would like to look at what you're gonna build.
Did you submit a plot plan?
Everything was submitted, pitches, plot plan.
But that's what you got right now.
Yeah,
what's
there's
there.
a foundation there, but it's
Yeah, but
not built.
we're interested in what's going in there now. You don't have any sketch of any plan.
No, they didn't tell me I needed to bring
Who's they?
the building department. I already have the permit to build on it. It's already been approved. I have the
Yeah,
foundation.
you can if you don't want to go up 18 feet.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's- yeah.
You can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But why do you want to go up 18
I
feet?
just want more storage on
The
top.
board councilors.
Do we have the plot plan on this
Yeah,
one?
That was submitted from April too, so it's recent.
Because all I have is this one here.
That's the plot plan.
It doesn't show, again, this does not show where it's,
It's going in the back.
where it's going.
Right along the back of the driveway.
Yeah, but see, there's nothing on here.
I sat with Roger downstairs and they told me that this was all set.
Well, it's not.
Okay, you got
So
a
the variance
foundation.
is the height, not the,
You have a foundation plan there.
I have, because the foundation that's there is
It's already
non-buildable
there.
as the
I
standards.
understand.
So
This is a large one. This is, 22 by 20.
I'm actually under the square footage of garage I can put. I can go bigger, so I'm under the square footage.
I'm just saying, this is a pretty good sized garage.
Well, that's what was there
What is
originally.
it, a two-car garage?
Yes,
And what's the
It's a
inside?
two-family?
yes. Which,
22 by what?
24, 22 wide, 24 deep.
Yeah, you need at least that.
Yeah, you
Are
can't.
you using it for cars or for storage of other stuff?
On the top, storage, the bottom, like my motorcycles, possibly my car during the winter, because you can't park on the streets or,
So it's a two-family, right?
Yes.
So we don't even have a parking plan showing where the 3 vehicles are gonna park.
There's a driveway on the left side of the
Yeah, but
house.
you don't have a parking plan, do you?
A what?
Parking plan,
No, no.
Certified
certified
parking
plan.
you're supposed to have one.
Where does it state that?
Tuesday,
No, where does it state that?
In the
you always
application.
have a parking plan. Anyone who comes in with a petition shows where they're gonna park. Otherwise, we don't know if they're gonna overload it or what.
Yeah, well, with the garage, I have to do a parking in a two-family house.
You know, listen to me, you have to show you got parking, 2 cars in the garage, right? And how many units in the house?
I'm not, it's not, there's two-family house, but I have a driveway for parking.
Yeah, but you don't show that parking in the driveway. Okay.
He means it's not a certified drawing. A certified drawing will draw parking spaces, show us that there's...
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't state that in the application, you need a certified parking lot.
I bet it does.
I have the application.
Yeah, it should.
So what is the variance here for? The variance is
Just a
just...
height
That's
of the garage.
that's a one page. You got one page?
That's what they gave me.
Because the application's several pages long. It must be in there. He must have completed one in there.
That's on the top of that, Steve.
Same thing.
No, it's all the same.
There's the building permit for it.
4 copies.
There's the application
Detailed
for it.
drawing on the foundation.
Yeah.
The CD.
Yeah.
So they give you a building permit already?
Yeah, because I'm okay, the garage, I'm undersized, like as far as square footage. So it's just height-wise is all I'm going for. But like I could go another 6 feet wider if I wanted to, but I don't want to take up the whole yard, I'll just do it.
But everything changes when you come before this board. There are stipulations and you have to meet them.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
But they don't tell you that when you go downstairs and sit with them, that's the thing, they say anything about parking.
I have to go and look at that. I find that hard to believe.
Who is
On any of the folders.
I said, application in the building department.
He didn't have one on his. Can you give
All
one?
right, anyone else here, you through your presentation?
Yeah, unless there's any questions.
Anyone have any questions?
You want to see the permits and stuff, or?
Oh,
Yeah.
anyone else here that have any questions of the petition? Thank you.
All set?
Yep. Anyone else here, you in favor?
I'm here to oppose it.
Oh, wait a minute, we'll do that.
But where's the
Anyone else? You're opposed, in favor of this
Yeah, but there's a
petition?
whole bunch of...
Showing up opposing here, those in favor, those opposed. Now is your turn.
Yeah, but these people need to see that.
Can we just hold off for a second? I can't hear.
Yeah, wait, go to the just wait a couple of seconds. Mr. Lee, did you ask him a question?
No, I wanted to give the members time to confer. They were conferring about something here, and I just couldn't hear what the person
Yeah,
was
I'm
saying.
trying to see if people are getting the copy of the instructions on how to fill out. That
Something's
tells
not
you
right.
exactly that we've spent it.
This was all they
No,
gave
that
us.
we spent a great deal of time on doing those
Something's not right.
with ISD.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see if we had a full, complete set, and I don't see them.
Do you want a copy of what they gave me downstairs to see? I mean, this was all they gave us, was this paper here.
All right, well, that's enough of that. We'll straighten that out somehow. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Give me your name and address.
Yes, my name is Frank P. Domenico. I'm the owner of the property that's adjacent to these guys, okay? I've been there I've owned the house for 18 years. We also own 57 and 59, which is the next house over. I've been in the neighborhood for 22 years. I'm questioning the petition itself. I don't understand how this is a grandfathered structure. I've been there over 20 years and there has never been a garage in this backyard. There's never been a garage. I question the authenticity of this foundation. I've never seen a foundation in this backyard. Okay? Also, along with that, I have a whole bunch of other things here. I don't know if you want me to go through it now, or should we start with the foundation?
No, if you got anything further.
Yeah, you got the floor.
Okay, yeah, yes, I do. I have pictures if you want. Okay, these guys They don't own one business, they own two construction
Wait a
businesses.
minute, you gotta use proper names, not these guys.
Rob and his father, okay, the two owners of this house, they own two construction companies, which has construction vehicles, trucks, pickup trucks, box
Wait a
vans.
minute, we're wasting a lot of time here. It's time that we,
Right.
you know,
Okay, if they're gonna use it as a construction garage, that's my fear, okay? Because since they've been here, they've only been here for 4 months. And in the time they've been here, they've been remodeling the first floor, remodeling the second floor, building fences, now they wanna build a garage, okay? It's gonna be for construction purposes, this isn't a residential.
see, that's hearsay. That's, you gotta show proof of everything you do,
Okay,
you know?
all right, well,
And if they gotta get permission from the city.
right.
to have contract together. We do not want to have anything to do with it on this case.
What about the authenticity of the foundation? And what is the length of time on the grandfathered structure? of these-
It's not, you know, you'll find that word grandfather in the city rules and regs.
Right.
And the first time I've ever seen it.
Okay.
Could be existing, but not grandfather.
Okay, so if it's a non-existing structure, then I'm opposed to the build completely. I don't want it built.
He already has a permit to do it.
How do we get the permit?
He has this by right. He's within the setbacks and,
I don't believe he is because.
we'll talk to the building department.
Yeah.
You could ask them, but he has a building permit. He's only here for a variance on height.
Yeah.
Well, Member Gold, I just want to add, well, you received that permit based on this foundation drawing that we're thinking is existing.
No, that's a new foundation.
This is what you're
It's all-
proposing.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
a
have-
brand new foundation.
Do you have anything that shows us that that foundation was existing, or?
He's seen it today when he was out there.
I saw it, yeah.
There's an existing foundation there, but
It's a slab. It's all,
yeah, because
it's
it's
a slab.
not deep enough, we're doing a
Slab.
brand new foundation.
Well, that could be,
I know.
that can just be a walkway, that could be, you know,
I've
it's
been
not
there.
showing
The building,
rebar.
this isn't the issue for us, the issue is the height. The building department has given him a, but the building department has approved, he can do by right the normal height guidelines. He's just here for variance on the height of it. So if he wants to just stay within 15 feet, he can build it, he has by right to do that. He's only here before us for a variance on height. I mean, I don't know, you know, you make a point if someone's gonna have a construction shop, but that would just be something you'd have to bring up with ISD if you saw evidence of him running a business out of it. But at this point, you can't deny something because you have a thought, you know, I mean, you can't hold it, excuse me, you can't, I just don't feel like it's fair to hold, so the fact that someone is running a business, and then you think that they're gonna run that out of it, I don't know, it just,
Well, I'm questioning the whole, the
you gotta speak to
originality,
ISD.
the originality of this foundation. There is, I don't have any, I've been there for 22 years, I've never seen.
It looks old, yeah.
It's
Well,
never been there.
That structure that's on there now is old,
That's
so.
why we have.
Now, wait a minute, you don't have the floor unless I give you permission. This man has the floor. If you have something to add that's new, I'll give you
I
a
actually
chance.
do, but I'll wait till you're done.
All right, just hold it.
All right, well, that's it. I mean, if I have to take this down to the building department, is that my next step before before we end this here? Because I don't.
You can't think that they might use it as much as they can.
No, I'm not questioning that. I'm questioning the authenticity of the foundation and that there was a garage there in the first place. I don't think that that's what. I think that what they're looking at is a parking slab that was there. I don't think there was a garage there. I've been there a long time.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, thank you. Do you have something?
Yeah.
All right.
I just, because he's commented on.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
No, that's fine. He's commented on me having a business, which I do have, but I also rent space in a different city for my stuff, like my truck and stuff. And my father's business is not his business. He doesn't own it. He works for the business, and on occasion has to do deliveries, so he has to bring the truck home, which you can't park on the street because it's a commercial vehicle, so we park it in the yard. And my father doesn't own the house, I own the house with my girlfriend. That's it. His father has no ownership in the house.
All right, thank you.
Can I ask him a question?
Yes.
What's your storage like in your basement there?
We have storage space, but since we've owned the house, we've been told by all the neighbors, including him, that the basement floods, which is a concern to us because I don't want to leave stuff down there. So having storage on top would help. You know, I mean, obviously 15 feet doesn't give you much storage once you put, you know, a roof like a flat ceiling into it. So, you know, having a little bit more storage on top would help us, you know.
So you would put a stairway, but it would be...
Inside.
It would be an open loft style?
Yeah, probably just half of it would be, you know, one half would be just open up.
Any plumbing going out there?
No plumbing, no, possibly electricity down the road for lighting.
I mean, do you have employees?
Do I?
Yeah,
I have
they-
one employee, yes.
And where do they park? They park, or they take it to the job, or they park at your...
Right now, the truck is at the house because I'm in the process of building a porch. I just purchased the house in April, so obviously we needed to do stuff to the house. We put a fence up for the dog. We painted the inside. I'm doing a new front porch. I'm trying to clean the house up because as he came over and stated, it was a disaster before because they weren't taking care of it. So, I mean, obviously we're trying to, you know, clean the neighborhood up a little bit. You know?
Mr. Cole.
Oh, I just want to, I do have I just want to, this is yours, right?
Yeah, that's what they gave me.
So, site and plot plans showing scale, north arrow, lot dimensions, and area existing and proposed parking, existing and proposed structures with dimensions, elevations, as well as all relevant features shall be prepared by a licensed professional engineer or architect.
That's right.
So, proposed developments, lot lines shall be staked upon the property. So it was on there.
But I
You just didn't read it.
No, but when I got the permit, because Roger said I already have a permit to build the structure. So I'm not getting a permit for the structure or a variance for that, it's only a height.
But when
So
you
they-
come in for anything
You're not
else,
prepared.
everything changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't,
Too much information than not.
yeah, I mean, I wish.
I mean, do you
they-
have tenants there now? Where is your tenant gonna park?
My parents actually live upstairs.
Okay, where are they gonna park?
I have parking in the driveway for probably 7 cars.
Stack
You won't though,
parking?
yeah, you won't when you put
Well,
the...
two, yeah, the garage is way in the back, so still have more than enough parking.
Okay, 2 minutes is up.
You can put that.
Yeah, I know, but we gotta move on. Thank you.
There is a letter to Mr. Callan, Chairman, Zoning Board of Appeals, Locust 41 Dearborn Ave. Dear Chairman Callan, I am writing this letter in support of the above-mentioned petition to allow construction of an unattached 22 by 24-foot garage in excess of 15 feet tall upon an undersized lot in zoning district R4. Thank you in advance for your assistance in this matter.
Thank you. No one else has any questions or wishes?
It's surprising that it stipulates a limit to the, excess of 15 feet.
Yeah, we don't know what it is, right? We haven't seen a
Say
plan.
18 feet, but
What is the wish of the board?
you think...
I don't know, I need, yeah.
I can't vote on something, I don't even know what I'm voting on. I'm voting on something that's gonna be 18 feet, a 2-car garage. You saw what we made people do for a shed? I have to see something. I'm not gonna vote for something, I don't even know what it is.
Okay, what is it? Yes.
I wish they had told us more downstairs, because
You gotta read the
You're
piece of
reading it.
paper.
You have
It's
a piece
right
of
there.
paper.
You gotta read.
all she asked me.
I don't care what they said, you brought that to tonight's meeting, and it had your instructions on it. And you didn't follow your instructions. It's not downstairs' fault.
All right.
I will continue, I'll make a motion to continue it
Okay, for
for
what?
2 weeks, only 2 weeks.
Yeah, give us a reason.
Well,
I wanna
he's gotta get a plot plan.
I wanna see the structure, I wanna know what I'm voting on, what it looks like.
Okay, you understand? You gotta,
So now I have to pay a structure.
wait a minute, stop right there. The board has asked you,
No, I'm asking what I need to do.
well,
Like, do I need to?
you listen to Mr. Cole, he has the,
You don't need a structural engineer, I don't wanna see I wanna see what it looks like. I wanna see the dimensions, I wanna see the height. I wanna see a
clarification
picture of
sketch
it.
would help.
A hand drawing, or do you need something from an architect?
It's his rail on the application.
Yeah, I don't,
If you can have an architect or someone, show us...
I have, whoever's gonna build it, who's gonna build it, you? Should draw a picture of it.
That's what I'm saying, can I draw it, or do I need to go?
Can you give us a
It's
structure?
gotta be by scale and everything else.
Elevation?
Yeah, see, single and two-family homes, you can make your own design.
Okay, that's fine, I have no problem with that.
Show us the, you know,
Yeah.
the foundation measurements and so forth, the footings, whatever.
Yeah, that stuff I gave you all the plans for. The plan that you
Just
have
draw it out
here-
and put the whole, on one drawing, you can draw the
Yeah.
dimensions, everything, structure of the
You
roof,
wanna see a
the
parking?
you know, the,
You wanna see the
substance,
septic?
rubber problem.
That's all right.
You can-
Yeah.
Right, you
Yeah,
call
more-
it
more
on that.
information.
I would like to see a parking plan also.
Okay.
Now, what does that entail? Like,
Oh,
is that something I have to get from somewhere?
He's only looking for
It's according
height
to the,
variance.
I want to see a parking plan.
yeah, if you look on the city
No, it's-
parking plan.
here's one. I'm gonna give him one. This is for the two-family Hawthorne Street. He needed 3 spaces, that's his proposed parking. You can take that.
Take a picture?
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah, take a picture.
So he's gotta get an architect, I mean, an engineer.
Ralph or something.
Ralph, yeah.
No, well, do I have to hire someone from the city for this, or?
No, private contractor.
Yeah, I have a guy that did all the engineered plans for the concrete, so I can just
Fine.
have him do the.
Okay, as long as you can do a
Yeah.
parking.
Okay,
Good.
that's not a problem.
You just gotta look at the dimensions of the city's zone ordinance on the parking. I think it's 8.5 by 18 or something like that.
What's that?
So it's gotta be a legitimate
Each
space. It's
space.
gotta-
Structure, an engineer will know what the
Yeah.
dimensions are. You hire him, it's his job.
Yeah, he did all the plot plans for the garage, like for the foundation, because obviously we can't.
Who is it?
Huh?
Someone local?
There's out of Stoneham,
Oh, that's all right, probably.
Vision Designs, Wakefield. Vision Designs, Wakefield.
All right.
Actually, the building commissioner for Bedford.
Is 2 weeks enough time?
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's not.
You better get right on it, because that,
All right.
business is-
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
All set?
Yep. So did we vote to continue yet?
Yeah, call the roll.
Mr. McElwain?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You know, once you put pictures on the table, we have to keep them. It's part of the record. Okay. Just talk. Mary will take care of it.
You get a motion in a second?
Yeah.
Motion made and second, please call the roll.
Mr. Wood?
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes.
And Mr. Callen?
Yes, to continue.
2 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, I just gotta draw out.
Yeah.
All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Is in order.
So moved.